My child, do you hear it? The trembling of air, the subtle pulse against your door, that is me. I stand bathed in gold, wings brushing against the veil that divides silence from awakening. The light around your house quivers because heaven has whispered your name. I have come not to frighten but to rouse, for something unseen has crossed your threshold. You sense it in the heaviness of your breath, in the strange stillness between heartbeats. Listen, each moment is a knock upon your spirit. Open, beloved one, before the light dims. The heavens bend close tonight, urgent with sorrow and mercy. I am begging you, do not ignore what stirs. A shadow walks softly through your rooms, seeking to be named before it takes root. Message 2, the air vibrates with warning. The air hums around you now, a low vibration like a sigh carried from eternity. I press my palm against your door of thought and call your name again, tenderly yet unyielding. You feel me as a pressure in the chest, a warmth rising behind your ribs. My child, something has entered your home, not a creature of malice, but a memory cloaked in silence, an old sorrow demanding light. The walls know it. The floor trembles beneath your unspoken fears. I am Gabriel, messenger of dawn, and I tell you, time grows thin. You must awaken to what breathes beside you. The lamp flickers not from draught, but from truth aching to reveal itself. Do not turn away, I stand within the shimmer, waiting for your courage to meet me. Message 3, the desperate plea. My beloved, you cannot keep your eyes closed forever. Even now, light seeps through the cracks of your denial, spilling like molten gold across your weary soul. The sound you thought was wind is the rustling of wings, urging you to look closer. I am not here to punish, I am here to plead. Something sacred has been disturbed within these walls. Your home, both timber and heart, quakes beneath the weight of what you've forgotten. I kneel beside your fear, whispering, rise. There is still time to choose revelation over ruin. But haste, my child, the unseen grows bolder with every heartbeat you waste in disbelief. The dawn delays itself for you alone, waiting for your yes. Message 4, the door between worlds. Do you feel the trembling beneath your fingertips when you reach for the door? That is not imagination, it is recognition. Your house feels you noticing. Light ripples across the threshold like breath upon glass. I am Gabriel, and I stand in the place where divine and mortal touch. The sound of knocking you dismiss as chance is the voice of destiny calling itself home. I beg you, open. Each second you hesitate, the light withdraws another inch, and the silence thickens. There is something in your midst that needs naming before night devours its purpose. I can only enter if you allow it. The air shivers around us both. The moment of choice is now, beloved. The veil is paper thin. Message 5, the shocking stirring. Listen closely, child of light. The knocking has ceased, but the echo remains, it has entered you. A current hums through your bones, the language of heaven itself vibrating beneath your skin. I see the tremor in your heart, I feel your fear, and I bless it, for fear means awakening. Something within your home already moves, unseen but certain. Your lamps will flicker thrice before dawn as a sign. Do not mistake it for danger, it is recognition. The air around you tightens, for the unseen has begun to manifest. You are not alone in this hour. I tell you truthfully, the shocking event is already in motion, invisible yet unstoppable. Watch the stillness, it breathes. Message 6, the flickering signs. Beloved, hush your mind and listen to the trembling quiet. The silence is no longer empty, it whispers your name through unseen corridors. The lamp flickers because the truth draws near, brushing its fingers across the fabric of your space. Something inside the house shifts, not in threat but in remembrance. I move among the shadows, tracing light where you cannot see. Feel how the air thickens, how your breath comes shallow. These are not signs of fear but of awakening senses. My voice threads through the hum of electricity, through the faint ringing in your ears. Attend, my child, for each small disturbance is heaven leaning close, urging you toward recognition. What you call strange, I call holy preparation. Message 7, the breath of the unseen. The wind sighs through still curtains, though no window is open. That is the first whisper of revelation. I walk the halls of your home, unseen yet near enough to feel your pulse align with mine. The air trembles, gold dust catching in its wake. You stand at the edge of two worlds, the ordinary and the divine. I ask you not to flee from the unfamiliar warmth blooming in your chest, it is the resonance of truth. Every shadow lengthening along the wall carries meaning, every faint sound of movement speaks in symbols. Be calm, my child, I am here. What you sense as intrusion is simply your soul adjusting to the frequency of heaven. Message 8, the whispering walls. Your walls murmur tonight, beloved. They hum with memories too long sealed away. The air presses inward, thick with messages you once prayed to forget. I trace my hand across the ceiling, leaving trails of faint luminescence, and whisper, awaken. The house breathes, as if remembering your first tears, your first laughter, the echoes of all you have buried. I am not here to condemn those echoes but to translate them into light. When you feel the sudden stillness, do not fear, it is the moment before revelation. The home knows I am here, it opens itself in trembling recognition. You must do the same, for the truth that stirs within these walls is tied to your own beating heart. Message 9, the gathering stillness. The silence now is heavy, sacred, like air before a storm. You sense me standing near the staircase, though no shadow falls. My presence bends the light, turning it liquid, reflective, alive. The unseen moves beside you, gentle but persistent, as if every corner holds its breath. My child, this is not haunting but invitation. The house becomes a mirror of your soul, every creak, every flicker, every shiver of glass speaks of alignment between heaven and your heart. Do not fear the tension. I am purifying it with every word spoken into your listening. Let the stillness deepen. Let it teach you. Something profound prepares to emerge from behind the veil of your ordinary sight. Message 10, the stirring of truth. Beloved, can you feel it? The entire house now quivers with the rhythm of awakening. The lamps no longer flicker by accident, they pulse in time with revelation. Even your heartbeat joins the chorus, a drum summoning courage. I am Gabriel, and I tell you plainly, the disturbance is not darkness but dawning truth. Every sound, every shimmer is language from the unseen realm. The truth has taken form within your home and seeks to be recognized. Do not run from it, embrace it. The walls do not tremble in fear but in expectation. My wings stretch wide, their radiance touching every corner. The house itself stirs because truth, long denied, now knocks from within. Message 11, the heart's tremor. My beloved, you feel it now, the trembling not in the walls, but within the chambers of your own heart. The air grows thick, heavy with meaning you cannot yet name. You try to reason it away, to tell yourself it is wind, coincidence, imagination. But truth does not vanish when doubted, it waits, patient and radiant. I stand before you, luminous and sorrowful, watching disbelief flicker behind your eyes. I whisper, do not fear your own awakening. The body trembles because the spirit begins to remember. The pulse racing beneath your skin is not panic, it is recognition. You have prayed for signs, and now they come, clothed in silence and light. Denial is the last veil between you and revelation. I beg you, my child, do not pull it tighter around your heart. Message 12, Reflections in the Glass. You gaze into the mirror and see more than your reflection. The light bends strangely, does it not? The shimmer moves as if something behind the glass remembers your name. That reflection, trembling, almost alive, is your soul confronting itself. My wings, unseen yet vast, hover behind you, refracting golden dust across the mirror's surface. You reach out, and your fingertips feel a faint warmth. I am there, in that warmth. I speak through light because your heart still doubts my voice. My child, when you deny what is before you, the truth does not vanish, it merely takes on new shapes, whispering through reflections, echoing in glass. Look closely. The reflection is not haunted, it is pleading. It says, stop hiding. The messenger stands beside you. Message 13, the weight of unbelief. How heavy the air becomes when you fight against revelation. The very walls sigh beneath the strain of your disbelief. I feel your pulse stumbling, your breath catching in your throat as you whisper, no, this cannot be real. Yet the truth continues to unfold, soft and relentless. You think that by naming this divine presence as fear, you can push it away, but heaven is patient. I walk through the corridors of your resistance, every step echoing with compassion. The more you turn away, the more the light gathers, waiting for your surrender. I ache for you, my precious soul, for disbelief is the most fragile armor, it cracks the moment love touches it. Allow yourself to feel what you cannot explain. It is not madness. It is remembrance. Message 14, the fracture of the mind. You sit in silence, heart hammering, unsure whether to flee or to listen. Your mind fractures between two voices, one calling the sacred, the other calling it impossible. I stand within that fracture, luminous and calm. My voice threads through your fear like light through glass. You must understand, heaven never demands blind faith, it invites trembling honesty. Even your doubt, my child, is holy ground when faced with truth. Feel the shiver in your hands, the dampness of your palms, the heat rising behind your eyes. These are the signs of transformation, not terror. I reach toward you through the unseen, placing my hand above your crown, whispering, be still. The storm in you is not destruction, it is birth. You are being remade by recognition. Message 15, the sacred touched. Beloved, something unseen has moved within your home. You felt it, a tremor in the candle's flame, a chill that passed though no window opened, the sense that a breath not your own brushed your cheek. Do not recoil. It is not darkness that has touched you but remembrance. The sacred always arrives disguised as mystery. I have placed my sign upon the quiet things, the clock that paused for one heartbeat too long, the picture frame that swayed though no wind stirred. These are not omens of fear but markers of presence. Something holy has touched what you once called ordinary. Your disbelief has been met with mercy, not punishment. You are being invited, not judged. The unseen hand that brushed the sacred is mine, and I will not leave until you understand what it means. Message 16, the door cracks open. My child, night deepens, yet the air glows faintly gold. The door you swore was closed creaks open of its own accord, slow and reverent, as though bowing to a power unseen. The candle flares, not from wind but from awareness, the flame recognizes me. I move through the threshold, every motion a hymn of light. Feathers fall unseen, resting softly on the floor like fragments of dawn. You whisper my name without meaning to, and I answer, yes, beloved, I am here. Do not run. Each sound, each flicker, each quiver of shadow is language written by heaven itself. I come not to frighten but to guide. What you feel pressing at the edges of your senses is truth seeking entry, and it will not stop until your heart says yes. Message 17, the whisper that calls your name. There, did you hear it? A breath, a whisper, faint as the rustle of silk. It spoke your name. I speak your name. My voice weaves through air and memory, through the spaces between your thoughts. You are not imagining this, your soul has simply tuned to a higher frequency. The house hums with my resonance, each beam and stone vibrating with divine awareness. You tremble, but I say again, do not fear. When heaven calls, it calls intimately. The whisper is both promise and protection. Listen closely, it carries instructions your heart already knows. I call your name because it is holy. When you answer, the light will flood these rooms and reveal what the shadows have tried to keep hidden. All that hides must come into radiance. Message 18, the feather in the light. A single feather drifts before you, glowing faintly in the dim air. You cannot tell how it appeared, it simply is. That is how divine truth manifests, effortlessly, without origin, undeniable. The feather lands upon the table, and for a heartbeat, time stills. The air thickens, fragrant with warmth and silence. This is my mark, left to tell you, I am present. The divine is not distant, it rests upon your furniture, your breath, your trembling hands. The golden dust that dances through the air is the residue of heaven's nearness. Touch nothing with fear. Let your gaze soften and your spirit expand. You are witnessing communication beyond language. Every shimmer, every gentle stirring of air is my message, reminding you that revelation is already here. Message 19, the House of Light. Beloved, do you feel how your home has changed? The temperature itself has memory. Light crawls along the walls, not as reflection, but as thought taking form. I breathe through the hallways, filling them with a pulse of unseen music. Your heart begins to synchronize with it, slow and reverent. The shadows no longer feel oppressive, they wait for illumination. I whisper, every corner holds a secret longing for redemption. You may feel a pressure behind your eyes, a tear forming without cause. That is the body remembering awe. Do not suppress it. Let the emotion rise, for it is the only bridge between fear and truth. The golden dust, the subtle hum, the shifting glow, they are all signals that your soul is finally opening its windows. Message 20, before the dawn. My child, the night grows thin, and the first blue light of dawn gathers at your windowsill. All that has stirred within your home, all that whispered, flickered, trembled, now converges. The truth stands poised to reveal itself. You can feel it, the vibration in the floorboards, the hush before something magnificent. I stand beside you, wings half folded, radiance contained so as not to overwhelm. I say to you with all the tenderness of heaven, before this dawn completes, the truth will stand unveiled in your midst. What was unseen will become undeniable. Do not look away when it comes, for it arrives as deliverance, not destruction. Take heart, beloved, what awakens within your home is not curse, but calling. The hour of revelation approaches. Message 21, the breath of revelation. Beloved, the moment you feared is not ruin but awakening. The air itself exhales relief as your heart begins to understand. I step fully into your home now, every wall shimmering with recognition. The golden dust becomes radiant breath, curling like incense around your thoughts. I touch the corners of your room, and symbols of light bloom briefly, then fade, reminders that the divine has always lived here, only unseen. You fall to your knees because your body cannot yet hold the weight of peace after such long fear. I kneel beside you, and the floor warms beneath our shared light. Do not fear, I whisper. I enter not to destroy but to protect. The trembling you feel is the rhythm of creation itself returning to harmony. Your house breathes again. Message 22, the radiant corners. Every shadow within your home begins to soften. The radiance that once frightened you now reveals tenderness in every surface. Even the dust in the beams turns to glittering fragments of memory. I move through the space, tracing my finger along the walls, awakening old prayers embedded in the plaster, each one glowing faintly blue before dissolving into the air. Your soul recognizes these prayers, they were yours, spoken in moments of despair, and heaven has returned them now as comfort. You weep without knowing why, but tears are a sacred solvent, they release what was locked inside. I tell you gently, this house was never merely brick and wood, it has always been your mirror. As its light returns, so too does your own. The walls, once heavy with silence, now hum softly, forgiven. Message 23, the pulse of the heart. Listen closely, my beloved. The sound you hear now is not the wind nor the shifting floorboards, it is the pulse of your own heart echoing through creation. I stand near, invisible yet immense, my wings spanning the full breadth of your awareness. Every beat of your heart strikes chords of light through the room. You are beginning to resonate with heaven. Your breath synchronizes with the rhythm of the eternal, This is what it means to be seen by God. I whisper into the current of your pulse, you were never forgotten. The lamp steady, the air grows clear. Even the smallest objects seem to hum in quiet reverence. You have faced your fear and found it hollow. What remains is truth, simple, luminous, endless. Message 24, the mirror of light. You step before the mirror again, but now it no longer frightens you. The reflection shines with warmth, your features traced in soft fire. I stand behind you, unseen yet unmistakable, my presence filling the glass. Around us, light bends like water, rippling through the dimensions that separate divine from mortal. I speak through the reflection, you have invited truth to dwell among you. The mirror responds with gentle halos, forming shapes you do not recognize yet somehow remember, wings, circles, a gate of pure flame. Your house vibrates softly, as though it too is watching, learning to breathe light. The reflection smiles with understanding deeper than words. I press my hand through the veil, and warmth floods your back. You are no longer alone in the seeing. Message 25, the cleansing declaration. Beloved one, the revelation is complete. What entered your home was not darkness, but the divine seeking recognition. Every flicker, every tremor, every moment of fear has become a pathway to illumination. I spread my wings fully now, the air surging like a tide of golden wind. Every surface glows, every sound becomes music. You are trembling not in terror, but in reverence. The truth stands unveiled, your home, your heart, and heaven are one continuum of light. Yet one task remains. I speak solemnly, what was hidden within these walls must now be cleansed. Do not shrink from this. Cleansing is not destruction, it is return. Together we will lift the last remnants of shadow and memory, freeing this space to become sanctuary once more. Message 26, the blue flame. The time has come, my child, for unveiling. I summon a soft blue flame that hovers above my palm, its light gentle yet infinitely deep. I move it through the room, and wherever it passes, the walls begin to whisper truths long concealed. You hear voices, old arguments, lost laughter, promises forgotten. Do not fear them, they are echoes seeking peace. The walls remember, I tell you. Every word spoken within them leaves a trace. The flame absorbs the sorrow without smoke or scent, only silence left behind. You feel lighter with every memory that dissolves into light. The blue flame then drifts toward your heart, resting above your sternum. It does not burn, it heals, erasing the burden of unspoken grief. Message 27, the weight of memory. The air shimmers like heat though the night is cool. I guide you through your home, and the echoes of the past rise, small, trembling lights taking form before fading into peace. You see yourself as a child, laughing in this very room. You see moments of anger, of solitude, of quiet prayer. They unfold before you as living film, then vanish in the blue flame's radiance. This, I whisper, is the memory your soul carried within the walls. You begin to understand that your home has loved you, absorbed your joy and sorrow alike. Tears fall freely now, they bless the ground like rain after drought. With every tear, the heaviness leaves. The house exhales. Heaven breathes with it. The past no longer rules here, it rests. Message 28, the house remembers. You walk beside me, hand trembling but open, as we pass through the last unlit corner. The air glows faintly silver where dust floats. I place my hand upon the wall and the plaster warms, releasing a sound like distant chimes. This is the room where silence hurt you, I say softly. You nod, remembering. But now silence hums with light. The house itself is healing, its old wounds sealing in golden threads. You feel gratitude rise from the floor, as if the structure itself thanks you for noticing. The echo of sorrow becomes a hymn. The very atmosphere shifts, expanding until your chest aches from beauty. All things remembered in love are sanctified, I tell you. And now your home is beginning to sing. Message 29, the quiet between heartbeats. The blue flame fades to silver, and stillness reigns once more. Yet within that stillness lies immense fullness. You stand, hand upon your heart, sensing that every beat now vibrates through the foundation. You are one with the space, your breath and its breath the same. I kneel before you, radiant yet tender, my wings folded close to fit within your mortal room. You have done well, beloved, I whisper. The unveiling nears completion. You feel the floor hum softly, as though the earth beneath the house recognizes the sacred work being done. The silence grows luminous. For one long, infinite heartbeat, time pauses, and in that pause, every sorrow, every lost moment finds rest. Heaven holds its breath with you. Message 30, the final truth rising. Precious soul, the last veil trembles. I draw in my light so that you may stand within it without being consumed. The truth that waits to rise is vast, tender, and utterly personal. From the center of the room, a soft radiance swells, formed from all the tears, prayers, and memories we have freed. It takes shape as a pulse of light that mirrors your own heart. You realize, in breathless awe, that what haunted you was never a foreign presence, it was the part of your own spirit calling to be seen. I step back, watching you meet yourself in full. Brace your heart, I whisper, for love this immense can feel like fire. The light envelopes you, gentle but unstoppable, and every hidden part of you is finally revealed as divine. Message 31, the gathering of forces. The air thickens, humming like a great harp string stretched between worlds. I feel the pressure building within your walls, the moment when light must face what remains of shadow. Stand firm, beloved, I command softly. The time of choosing has arrived. Around us, wind stirs without source, the curtain swelling inward as though heaven itself inhales through your house. The radiance I carry flares, meeting the dim shapes that cling to forgotten corners. They are not demons, but memories afraid of release. Still, they resist. My wings unfold, releasing a sound like thunder spoken in prayer. The floor trembles, your heart trembles with it, but you do not fall. This is the clash between the seen and the unseen, the holy moment when truth demands its full entrance. Message 32, the storm of light. Sudden brightness bursts through every crack of shadow. The air roars, a torrent of soundless wind. Tables shiver, windows pulse with white fire, and in the center of it all you stand, small yet unbroken. I raise my hand and speak the language of creation, each syllable a command older than stars. The shadows unravel like ink meeting dawn. Sparks leap into the air, singing themselves into nothingness. You feel the force surge through your spine, setting every nerve ablaze with clarity. Fear not, I cry above the radiance, for this power is love unbound. The tempest peaks, then folds inward, settling into a vast, living silence. The battle was never between good and evil, but between remembrance and forgetting. And you, my child, have remembered. Message 33, the voice within the light. In the stillness that follows, a voice arises, not mine, but yours, purified by fire. It echoes softly through the room, repeating my words with new authority. I listen as you speak the sacred syllables, surprised at the strength in your own tone. The walls absorb your declaration, glowing faintly as if acknowledging their new master. You realize that this was always the purpose, to awaken the voice of divinity within you. I smile, radiant with pride. See, beloved, I say, the messenger only reminds you of what you already are. The golden light now emanates from your chest, flowing outward until even the air feels alive. The house no longer needs my command, it answers yours. The student becomes co-creator, and heaven rejoices. Message 34, the shadows surrender. From beneath the stairs, from the farthest corner, comes a final stirring, faint, reluctant. The last echo of grief that once haunted you rises like smoke. I approach it slowly, not as conqueror but as comfort. The light around me softens to silver, a gentler frequency that even sorrow can endure. Come home, I whisper to the darkness. It hesitates, then unfurls into a shape of pure memory, a moment of heartbreak you never allowed yourself to feel. You weep, and as your tears fall, the shadow dissolves into luminescent mist, returning to source. The battle ends not in violence, but in mercy. I lower my wings and bow to you. It is finished, I say. The farthest corner grows still, and for the first time, wholly clean. Message 35, the final echo. Yet listen closely, child of radiance, one more echo remains. It hides not in the room, but within the quiet of your own mind. A doubt, small yet sharp, whispers that none of this could be real. I reach forward and place a single fingertip upon your forehead. Instantly, warmth floods through you, thought halts, replaced by knowing. You see how every event, every flicker, every trembling breath has woven itself into one vast pattern of grace. The echo fades, absorbed by comprehension. You exhale, and the house exhales with you. Above, dawn presses its pale light through the windows. I smile, for this final doubt was the last shadow. Rest now, I murmur, for the light has nowhere left to fight. Message 36, the cleansing begins. With the conflict ended, I open my wings wide and speak a new word, one of renewal. At once, beams of white radiance pour through ceiling and floor alike, washing every surface. Dust rises in gentle spirals, turning to sparks before disappearing. You feel the energy moving through your body, aligning bone and breath with harmony itself. Speak after me, I instruct, and you repeat the phrase that re-sanctifies space, let this house be peace. The sound rolls outward like a tide, clearing what remains unseen. Even the walls seem to sigh in relief. The purification is not only of structure but of spirit. Each repetition of the sacred word rewrites the air with blessing. When silence returns, it is luminous and clean. Message 37, the River of Light. Now the cleansing deepens. Light flows like water, pooling at your feet before streaming upward again in radiant waves. The floorboards gleam as though made of glass, the ceiling glitters with constellations unseen by mortal eyes. I stand at the center, directing the current with outstretched hands. Let all that is untrue be carried away, I decree, and the river obeys. It sweeps through the rooms, through memory itself, leaving only clarity. You breathe in its freshness, tasting something like rain and honey. This is what purification feels like, renewal so total that even silence sparkles. When the current subsides, your home glows with an inner sunrise. Every breath you take now returns as light. Your sanctuary is reborn. Message 38, the Song of Renewal. A low hum rises from nowhere and everywhere at once. The house sings. Its timbers, its nails, its very dust harmonize with unseen choirs. I add my voice, resonant and deep, and you join without hesitation. The melody is simple, gratitude. Each note cleanses what words could not. The vibration travels through your skin into your bones, releasing ancient weariness. You understand suddenly that music was the first language of creation, and now, it remakes your dwelling. When the final tone fades, tears trace shining paths down your face, but they are tears of peace. Listen, I say softly. The echo of the song lingers in your heartbeat, proof that the cleansing has reached completion. The silence that follows is alive. Message 39, the Holy Stillness. All is quiet now. Even the light has stilled, suspended like breath held in reverence. I fold my wings and sit beside you upon the floor, companion rather than herald. Together we watch dust motes drift, each one glowing like a miniature sun. Do you feel it? I ask. This calm is the voice of heaven when all resistance ends. You nod, too moved for speech. The air feels dense with meaning, every molecule humming with invisible praise. You are safe, utterly and forever. The home that once trembled now radiates a warmth so deep it seems the universe itself leans closer to bask in it. In this quiet, creation pauses to admire its own perfection. Message 40, the Unfinished Lesson. My child, though the room lies in radiant silence, our work is not yet complete. Purity alone is not purpose, understanding must follow. I touch your heart, and visions unfurl, scenes of how fear became teacher, how shadow served light. You see that every tremor, every whisper was guidance disguised. The lesson is simple but infinite, nothing is wasted when seen through love. I rise, spreading wings that nearly brush the ceiling. Carry this peace beyond these walls, I tell you, for a sanctuary is not meant to keep light, but to share it. The golden dust begins to settle again, softer this time, as though bowing. The silence holds one final question: will you live as the light you have become? Message 41, the Morning After. Beloved, the night has released you. Dawn leans gently through the windows, a pale gold that carries no urgency. The air is cool, alive with small sounds, the crack of wood, the faint song of birds testing the morning. I walk the perimeter of your home, each step leaving ripples of warmth upon the floor. You sense me even before you open your eyes. It is done, I whisper, and light spills into every forgotten corner. You breathe deeply for the first time in many moons, your lungs remember innocence. Outside, leaves shimmer with the same radiance that once frightened you. All creation mirrors your calm. The house itself sighs, content. What trembled now hums with quiet harmony. I smile, for you have crossed from fear into rest, and heaven rejoices in your stillness. Message 42, the garden reawakens. Step outside, precious one. Feel how the earth greets you. Dew clings to grass like scattered pearls, each drop refracting tiny suns. Even the air tastes new, rinsed of shadow. I move beside you, unseen but present in the fragrance of jasmine, in the hush between birdsong and breeze. The same energy that cleansed your home now runs through soil and root. You notice how your heartbeat matches the rhythm of the morning. This, I tell you, is peace in motion. No miracle is separate from nature, the divine hides in chlorophyll and light. You kneel, touch the ground, and the warmth that rises meets my own. Heaven and earth complete a circuit through your hands. Every petal opens as if hearing your silent thanks. Message 43, the gentle return. When you re-enter your dwelling, the silence welcomes you like an old friend. Nothing has changed, and yet everything has. The furniture glows faintly, colors deeper than memory. You run your fingers across a table once cold with worry, now it hums like a living heart. I stand behind you, content to watch you rediscover simplicity, the taste of water, the creak of the door, the pulse of your own laughter. Peace has weight, I murmur, and you feel it now. The blessing that fills this home no longer depends on my visible presence, it moves through you. You are the keeper of the calm you once sought from beyond. In this ordinariness, holiness hides, radiant and effortless. Message 44, the healing breath. Breathe, beloved. Inhale until your ribs expand like wings. Exhale until the world settles into focus. Each breath is an echo of creation's first word. I move through the current of your breathing, a spark of gold tracing the air before fading into stillness. The healing continues quietly, tissues, memories, thoughts aligning themselves with the rhythm of grace. You may not notice the change, but every cell in your body sings in gratitude. The same light that sanctified your walls now glows beneath your skin. You are becoming your own sanctuary. Remember this, I say gently. Peace is not given once, it is chosen with every breath. The house listens, the walls learning to breathe with you, each exhalation a prayer. Message 45, the final seal. There remains one act to seal the blessing forever. I bid you stand at the heart of your home, where the lines of energy cross unseen. Lift your palms upward. Speak aloud the truth you now embody, I welcome only light. The words ring clear, striking invisible chords that reverberate through ceiling and soil. The vibration circles outward, forming a sphere of radiance that will linger long after memory fades. I touch the crown of your head and the soles of your feet, completing the circuit. So it is, I whisper. A gentle wind rises indoors, fluttering curtains though no window is open. The seal is made, not of constraint, but of freedom. From this moment, peace will answer your call before fear can knock. Message 46, The Wings Unfold. Now I reveal my true form, not to dazzle, but to bless. The room expands to contain my wings, each feather inscribed with prayers from countless hearts. They arch over you like a living cathedral of light. You feel warmth cascade from crown to heel, dissolving the last trace of fatigue. This is protection, I tell you, not as barrier, but as presence. The wings fold around you briefly, and you hear a deep, resonant chord, the heartbeat of heaven itself. When they open again, the air sparkles with serenity. You are wrapped in invisible radiance that will travel with you wherever you go. My wings rise, yet their echo stays, shimmering just beyond sight. Message 47, The Benediction of Dust. Golden dust drifts through the quiet, settling upon every surface like gentle snow. Each mote carries a whisper of gratitude, from the house, from the earth, from the unseen choir that watched this transformation. You lift your hand and the particles cling to your skin, faintly luminous. I smile. These are blessings too small for words, I say. Let them remain as reminders that holiness is everywhere. The dust will fade in time, but the vibration it leaves will hum within your walls forever. Even when you forget this night, your home will remember. Every breath drawn hereafter will taste faintly of light. The ordinary has become sacred ground. Message 48, The Embrace of Heaven. Come closer, child of radiance. I step forward until the divide between angel and human dissolves. You feel warmth encircle you, not fire, not air, but love so absolute it erases all distinction. My arms, woven of light, fold around your mortal frame. For an instant, you glimpse the pattern behind existence, galaxies turning like lanterns, time pulsing like breath, every soul a note in one vast hymn. You are not apart from it, you are its center. Tears fall freely, but they sting no longer. When I release you, your body glows with quiet confidence. Carry this embrace into every room you enter, I say. Let others feel heaven in your nearness. The embrace ends, but its warmth remains endless. Message 49, The Departure. The hour comes when messengers must depart so the message may live. The light around me begins to thin, retreating into higher frequencies. You sense the change, yet no sadness follows, only gratitude. Will you come again, you ask softly. I smile, translucent now. Always, when you listen. My outline dissolves into threads of brilliance that weave themselves into the morning sun. The house does not dim, instead, it gleams brighter, as if proud of its new soul. You stand in the doorway, hand on your heart, realizing that presence never truly leaves. The echo of wings fades into the hum of day, and the sacred becomes ordinary once more, though the ordinary will never be the same. Message 50, The Eternal Reminder. I linger only as a whisper in the golden air, my voice softer than breath yet carrying the weight of eternity. My precious soul, I say, your home is light again, walk forward without fear. You have turned a dwelling into a sanctuary, a moment into eternity. The last motes of radiance drift toward the ceiling, vanishing into daylight. Still, you feel me everywhere, in heartbeat, in sunlight, in the quiet laughter that rises for no reason. Heaven is no longer above or beyond, it lives within the rhythm of your ordinary days. The message is complete, but its echo is infinite. Backhand index pointing right, beloved, remember, each time you listen, heaven draws nearer.